John from Committed here. I'm going to walk you around the build we did a couple years back with Gem Classics. What we have here is a 73 Dodge Roadrunner. We did a full body takeoff because this is a unibody car, and I built a custom frame from front to back. We used an Art Morrison front rack kit, but fitted the engine bay with a Hellephant crate motor. So that's a 1,000 horsepower crate motor. Now we had to cut out the unibody wells, weld in some stuff, cut out the firewall. Now the firewall and the actual transom are out of a Dodge Challenger Hellcat. We grafted that all in the interior so that we could actually use all of the factory dash and interior out of the actual real Hellcat car. So also we put in a full roll cage, chromoly TIG welded, match the interior. Car got finished out very nicely. Nice leather work inside, great body work. Suspension is basically all Corvette architecture. Most of the components are actually from FDF. We had them custom make the lengths to tighten up the suspension to get the ride height right. But I mean, all in all, this thing turned out pretty wild. I'll give you a couple shots from underneath. Did get it underneath the factory hood. We just kind of notched the inside and pocketed it. And it all turned out pretty nice. Not the normal Dodges, that everybody likes to, build. But I think for that fact alone, it made it pretty wild. Now we're going to take a peek underneath. I said it is a full custom frame that we did, which is hard to tell, but you can actually see the edge of the unibody right here and the actual frame rails that come down. Underneath, it looks a little bit different because you can actually see the frame and the unibody. So we have our frame rails ran down beside. That allowed us to use a C6 subframe, cut it down, put a Ford 9 with a G-force fabricated housing. The rear lowers are powered by Max. The uppers are actually FDF. Ride Tech 3-way adjustable coilovers. Made some custom 4-inch oval exhaust, custom headers, custom motor mounts. I mean, when you're doing something like this, pretty much you just say custom for everything. We did Willwood disc brakes. Like I said, it's all based off of Corvette stuff, so it does have the Corvette front and rear knuckles. But as far as like how much we packed in here and how we made it work flawlessly together is actually pretty impressive. Said the entire ABS system is actually in the car, which let us keep traction control and all the factory launch control. So you can still use absolutely every function that the factory had, including the evap system. We actually retrofitted and made a custom fuel cell. So all the factory components are actually from the Hellcat are inside the fuel cell. So we have all the evap, everything included in this setup. Some big meat 335 rear tires, custom wheels to actually make it look like the old rally wheels. But yeah, I figured you guys would like a quick peek of it. It just it came back to us for some alignment stuff, and it was such a cool build, and we weren't able to talk about it at that time, but the time has passed, and here it is.